The neon green fence gleamed under the morning sun, and Ellen Harper, the HOA queen of Cedarvale, Washington, lost her mind. She shrieked like I'd torched her rose garden, claiming my 6-foot barrier built to shield rare plants obliterated her sacred valley view. She demanded I tear it down to save the neighborhood's soul. I stayed cool, but her meltdown was just the spark for a suburban war that'd make your head spin. I'm Ethan Cole, and if your HOA's ever turned a simple project into a vendetta, drop a comment below and tell me where you're reading from. This tale from May 2024 starts with a fence but erupts into a clash over power, pride, and wild land. Stick around. It's a roller coaster. 3 years ago, I settled in Cedarvale, lured by its tidy lawns and quiet hills. As a habitat restoration expert, I saw the 25-acre lot, backed by a sprawling ridge, as perfect for my dream, a sanctuary for native wildlife. The kicker? I'd quietly bought the 500-acre ridge behind the neighborhood, a secret weapon I didn't know I'd need. Cedarvale looked like a postcard, but Ellen ran it like a fiefdom, her HOA rules sharper than her manicured nails. She'd once hounded a retiree over unruly daisies until they sold their home. My neon green fence wasn't for kicks. Its bright hue repelled deer from the endangered ferns I was nursing. I double-checked surveys, got city permits, and built it dead on my property line. I thought I was safe. Then Ellen saw the glow. That Tuesday, her heels stabbed the pavement as she charged my yard, red jacket flapping like a warning flag. "Ethan, what is this atrocity?" she bellowed, jabbing at my fence. "Morning, Ellen," I said, wiping dirt from my hands. "Just protecting my plants. Permits are solid." She ignored my words, her face matching her coat. "This garish wall kills my ridge view. It's tanking our property values." I pointed to my survey stakes. "It's my land, Ellen." I followed every rule. Logic didn't dent her fury. "That color's a disgrace," she screamed, waving her clipboard like a scepter. "We have standards, Ethan Cole, and you're spitting on them." Her eyes burned with the zeal of a past Crusadesh bullied a teacher over loud wind chimes last year. I knew this was round one. By noon, my inbox pinged with an HOA email. Urgent fence violation. Ellen's pros cited aesthetic discord, demanding I repaint it beige in 3 days or face fines. I reread it on my porch, the fence glowing defiantly. That evening, she worked the gossip mill. Curtains twitched as she ranted to Mrs. Larson, then cornered the Vega family, pointing at my yard. Neighbor Paul Grant, a mechanic who'd been fined for his messy toolbox, shot me a nod of solidarity. Wednesday brought Ellen's posse, 3 board members, clutching rulebooks like shields. "Official inspection," she declared, strutting onto my land. She nitpicked color, height, post spacing while board member Lisa Wade mumbled the fence looked vibrant. Ellen's glare could have sparked a fire. They slapped me with a $600 fine and summoned me to an HOA meeting. Standing by my fence at dusk, the ridge silhouetted against the sky, I decided to fight. Ellen wanted my view, my land, my choices. She didn't know I owned the ridge she worshipped. If she craved control, I'd show her what real power looked like. I researched tree ordinances and drafted flyers to shake her throne. 3 days later, I upped the ante, raising my fence to 8 feet, blocking more of her view. The drill's whine echoed like a battle cry. Monday, Ellen stormed over with her lackey, Karen Wells, clipboard stuffed with new violations. "You can't just make it taller," she screeched. "It's an eyesore." I sipped coffee, calm. "Lovely day, isn't it?" Her face twitched. "This is war on Cedarvale," she howled, ordering Karen to log every inch. An emergency meeting was set for Thursday. The community center crackled with tension. Ellen monologued about shared vision, but her act was fraying. Paul raised his hand. "Last summer, you fined me for my truck. This feels personal, Ellen." Laughter rippled, her jaw clenched. I stood. My fence is legal and protects rare plants. After, I slipped 50 flyers under doors, titled HOA Tyrant or Neighbor, exposing Ellen's overreach and her failed ridge bid. By Saturday, neighbors whispered in clusters, eyeing her house. Mrs. Larson asked if I owned conservation land. The Vegas waved warmly. Ellen's patrols intensified, her red jacket a beacon of panic. Tuesday, my cameras caught her. Ellen, directing teens to splash paint on my fence, staging it as vandalism. Hit the posts, she hissed. I backed up the footage and filed a police report, playing shocked for Officer Vega. Who'd attack my plants? I sighed. That week, I planned my counterstrike, poring over ridge deeds. Ellen's vandalism was her unraveling. I held the ridge she coveted. I added a locked gate to my ranch, its chain glinting. Wednesday, Ellen pounded it, screaming, "Open this now." Her hair unraveled. Her voice cracked. Neighbors gawked misses. Larson gasped. The Vegas cringed. Paul filmed, grinning. "This is hostile," Ellen wailed, fumbling her phone to call her lawyer. I leaned from my porch. "Just securing my land, Ellen." Karen texted me later. "Ellen's suing $4 500 emotional distress, property loss." My gut twisted. Legal fees could gut my project. Doubt crept in. Thursday night, Paul knocked, beers in hand. "She's got you spooked, huh?" he said. "You bought more than this lot, didn't you?" I froze, then pulled my deeds. 500 acres of ridge mine. Paul's eyes gleamed. "You own her view. Use it." I called a nursery, ordering fast-growing pines for a living wall to block the ridge. Monday, planting began, trees rising like a green curtain. At the next HOA meeting, I announced my reforestation project and ridge ownership. Ellen's face drained. "What ridge?" she croaked. "The 500 acres behind us," I said. The room buzzed. Her clipboard fell. She rallied a preservation protest outside my gate, luring a news crew. I'd planted saplings to photobomb her shots. The broadcast showed her ranting amid my trees, looking deranged. Neighbors texted, "She's lost it." Saturday, I found 15 saplings hacked down, a $6,000 loss. Camera footage nailed Ellen with chainsaw thugs. Officer Vega frowned. "This could be federal endangered habitat." I shared the video. That day, I posted a sign, "View blocked by nature per law." Ellen's rage was palpable. Thursday's HOA meeting was my stage. Ellen accused me of chaos, but I held up ridge deeds. Karen revealed Ellen's $7,000 in misused HOA funds. I played the vandalism clips. Ellen froze. The vote ousted her unanimously. Her actions went to the DA. She sat, papers scattered, a fallen monarch. Ellen sued, claiming my trees caused distress. The judge tossed it, ordering her to pay my $60,000 fees and barring further harassment. My ridge became a federal preserve, untouchable. Ellen's final act was a fake nonprofit, Valley View Guardians, to buy my land. Its cartoonish website and $35,000 in her accounts led to fraud charges. She sold her house at a loss, her listing dodging ridge shots. On her last day, she stared at my trees, muttering, "It was mine." Paul guided her away. Her reign ended. Cedar Vale bloomed. Karen led a reformed HOA, axing Ellen's rules. My preserve thrived. Hawks nested. Elk roamed. A community hike drew 30 neighbors, awed by the wild. Paul, at the ridge's peak, laughed. "She fought your fence, but you took her view." Ellen tried her tricks in a new town, but her past followed, her influence dead. My neon fence, brighter each repaint, stood as defiance and hope. Was I too cruel, blocking her view? Should HOAs dictate our homes? Will Ellen plot revenge? Comment, like, subscribe, tell me your side.